Diane in Denmark here, rah, 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 hooray. I'm really excited to start this year's series. Once again, I am walking you through the Flyladies cruising through the holiday missions. Now, if you don't know what that is, just briefly, it's an event planning series. Now, the Flylady uses it to plan for Thanksgiving, for Christmas, but you can use it to plan any big event, any celebration that you have, whether it is midsummer in Sweden or whether you have Hanukkah, Ramadan, if you're planning a baby shower, a big birthday party. So I'm going to give you the missions, and I've made these videos before. I've made them the last couple of years. I'll put the whole playlist up there, and this time round I'm doing them a kind of batch of 5. The Flylady publishes the missions Monday to Friday every week. You do not need to do them Monday through Friday. You can pick and choose, but the main thing is that you have your plan for doing things. And this is what I love about this event planning series, that it gives us the framework. We've even got printables, and you can just fill in and use what you need to use. Some of the missions may apply to you, some of them may not apply to you. You don't need to comment here saying, I don't do that. Just take what you need from it and use that, and hopefully it will give you a really nice celebration without all that stress involved. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into the first 5, the first Sank missions. Yesterday, if you saw me doing my kind of clean with me video in one of the Flylady Zones, I talked about the first mission going forward on Mondays is always clean and fling. Now, what does that mean? It means that whenever you're doing your cleaning, whether you do the Flylady system or whether you do something else, you're looking at your house with fresh eyes saying, do I really need to hang on to this? Is there rubbish or recycling sitting there that needs to go out? We're just really gearing up so that our homes, we can invite people in, or maybe you're holding a big birthday party. So from now on moving forward, the Monday mission is always, whenever you're doing your cleaning, just take a wee step back, look at it with fresh eyes as if a stranger was coming in. And would they actually be able to get through the front door? Have you got shoes lying there? Is there stuff that needs to go out? Donations that you have, do they need to be taken out to the car? You know what I'm talking about here. So that's the number 1 mission. Number 2, I'm just checking my list here. All these missions fit in with the Flylady's daily focus. So on Tuesdays, Flylady Daily Focus is Plan and Play Day, that day where we actually look at what's coming up ahead and do a wee spot of planning, whether it's menu planning or checking off your bank statements, all that kind of thing. And Plan and Play Day for the Flylady's Holiday Mission, number 2, let me just grab this. I made a video a couple of days ago about the Flylady Holiday Control Journal. As I said, it doesn't need to be used for Thanksgiving, Christmas, use it for whatever you're planning. And the Flylady wants you to at least have a look at that. You don't need to print it out. I've made a video about that, and that's also a link to that one there. It's I talk you through the whole thing. And this is my journal, which I've been using for the last, I think about the last 10 years for holiday planning. So if you haven't already looked at that, I'll put the link down below. And as I said, you can print it off, or you can take the ideas and use them. I know a lot of you prefer to use an app or do something online. You can do it any way you like. Okay, so that's mission 2, is to take a look at that, take a wee read through. It's a nice happy read, and it tells you about how we're going to be planning our event. Okay, moving on swiftly to Wednesday, which is the 3rd mission in the Flylady cruising through the holiday series. And Wednesday, if you know about Flylady, is always anti-procrastination day. That day where we do things that we've been putting off because we think it's going to take too long or we don't have enough time. The cruising mission for Wednesday, and if you're wondering why am I saying cruising, the Flylady pretends that she's going off on a cruise on the 1st of December. so that all her event planning, all her holiday prep needs to be done by the 1st of December. That's why she calls it cruising through the holidays, because she imagines that she's going off on this cruise. She's not really going anywhere, but that way she can actually enjoy the whole month of December without all the stress of, you know, buying gifts and all the planning. Anyway, the Wednesday mission, number 3 for the Flylady Cruising Through the Holidays missions, is to gather up all your supplies for wrapping gifts. Now, as I said to you, maybe you don't exchange gifts, maybe you're planning something different, maybe you are, as I mentioned, maybe you're planning a wedding, maybe you need to make up a gift list. The Flylady mission is to gather up all your supplies for wrapping. And I'll just give you a few wee tips here of what I do, because I realised years ago when I started decluttering that I had so many bits and bobs and leftovers of gift paper, you know, because I was buying, you know, gift paper for a new baby or gift paper for a wedding, and since that moment I've only bought generic gift paper. And I usually buy it in things like this. This is a gold one. I get mine usually from IKEA. I buy gold, silver, I've also got some white or even just the brown paper stuff that you can use both sides. And what I do is I stick to that, because then I always have gift wrapping paper. I'm not having to go out to the shops and buy a single roll of something and then I use most of it and I'm left with a wee bit, and then the next time I don't have enough. It really cuts down the amount of clutter that you have, and it cuts down the amount of money that you're spending on these, you know, on that type of gift wrapping paper. But what I do to kind of jazz it up a bit is to make sure that, you know, I've got some ribbon on hand. This is Danish stuff with a wee Danish flag on it. That's useful for birthdays, anniversaries, stuff like that. And also in Denmark, when you're buying a gift in a store, they will always wrap it nicely for you. You can keep the paper afterwards. And also they always use real ribbon for wrapping, you know the fancy stuff. So I have a box, and I've just grabbed a few bits to show you. I keep all these offcuts of ribbon and I use those to jazz up my parcel. So that's just a wee idea for you. And you know, you can also buy small rolls of ribbon cheap, you know, in dollar store type of stores. And in Denmark we have shops called Søstrene Grene, and we also have Tier Boutique, and you might know the Tiger Copenhagen. So that's what I use, and you know, and I can use red for Christmas, I can use yellow for, you know, Easter time. So just kind of think creatively, use what you already have, do not going out buying more. But the Flylady just wants you to gather everything together, you know, tape, scissors, marker, pens, whatever you need to do if you are going to be buying some gifts and wrapping them. Now remember, you don't need to wrap the gifts right now, but just get all your papers together so you know where they are. Okay, so that was it for mission 3, and then mission 4 ties in nicely with the Flylady's daily focus, which is errand day. And remember, you don't need to do these on the days that I'm saying, like on a Thursday or a Wednesday. You take the ideas and you make it work for you. So Thursday's mission for errand day is, and again, look at anything for your party or your celebration. Is there anything that you can start buying right here, right now? Whether it be toilet roll, kitchen roll, maybe you don't actually have any wrapping paper left and you need some wrapping paper. Get that down on your errand list so that next time that you're out at the shops you can say, oh yeah, I need to get some more rolls of sellotape, I'm needing marker pens, you know, whatever it is, just get that down on your list so that we're not kind of waiting until 1 week before the event or the celebration and then you're having to buy everything in one go. We're kind of planning this nicely. We're just taking it nice and easy and enjoying the planning. Also, if you are a crafter, maybe you need to think about, you know, do you need any crafting supplies? If you are going to be making gifts this year to give to people, you know, do you actually have to buy some, I don't know, yarn? Are you putting together a photo book? So just think about that. And let me see, oh, and Friday, the Friday mission number 5, is always to do with budget. And I know we all want to put our head underneath a blanket and run away from that. We've really got to think about our spending here. And that's also why I'm saying to you, please, please, please start this event planning now, whether it's Christmas planning or your celebration, you know, your big birthday party. We've got to be realistic about this. Okay, we have these kind of huge expectations of how we want the event to look, but we've got to budget here. We've got to think what is a reasonable amount of money to spend. You know, can we do things differently? Do we need to go out buying all the fancy paper, or can we use what we already have? Think about gift exchanges with the family. Sit down with the family. You know, if you've got a large family and you've always been giving gifts to everybody, maybe you can sit down and have a powwow and say, you know, can we perhaps this year give each other just a token gift or something edible, and just keep it really low key, because often we have these ideas of, oh, everybody expects this, but in reality it just puts kind of pressure on people to be out, you know, especially buying Christmas gifts. Let me see, was there anything else? Oh yeah, and just on a wee side note, if you are starting to think about, you know, buying gifts, if that's the stage that you are, I made a video last year. I'll put a direct link here, and all you lovely people out there in our wee community, you gave me your best clutter-free gift ideas. And we had a fantastic list, whether you're looking for something for a teenager, for an elderly auntie, things for yourself. I'll put the link there, and it's a great idea, because the last thing that we need to do is to be buying gifts that are going to end up as clutter, you know, wasting our money, and also, you know, lumping the person that we've given it with this gift that they feel like they have to hang on to, even if they don't like it and they've got no room to put it. So think about that. Is there any way that we can reduce our spending this year? Maybe you can have a cookie exchange with friends where you all bake up one type of cookie and you know, exchange them, so you have a selection at the end of it, you know, make it fun. Anyway, I'm going to have a wee read through my Flylady control journal today, because the thing that I'm thinking of this year is whether I'm making a Christmas cake. I'm still kind of sitting on the fence about that. For many, many years I made a Christmas cake, a traditional British Christmas cake, but actually the family don't like it, and we only like a tiny bit of it, you know, on the days leading up to Christmas. So I'm on the fence about that. So anyway, I hope I've given you a wee bit of food for thought. If you haven't done it yet, go and take a look at the Flylady's control journal. As I said, I will link down below and in the video information. And I shall see you, I'll be checking with you again for the next 5 missions. And if you have any detailed questions about it, all the information is on the Flylady website. It's flylady.net. And all the videos that I made in the previous years, they're all on that playlist. So anyway, live long and prosper. May the Danish hygge with you. It's still very dark here this morning, but it makes it all more hoogly. We've got the candles going, and I shall see you very soon. Okay, bye for now.